Hello, everyone, and welcome to Extra Magic with Jonas and Marv.
We're still
Sometimes
calling it that. It's lasted 3 weeks. My
that's right.
goodness.
Look, well, two if we count the fact that we added with Jonas and Marv to the end of it. You know, you gotta make sure that everybody's expectations are set. We still could come up with another name like Iger saved Disney back in the day. I think that'd be a great name for a live stream.
Welcome to Eisner Saved Disney back in the day with Jonas and Marv.
That's right. They were about to go bankrupt, love him or hate him, but he saved Disney. Yes, he did. We misjudged him because in the same way that when we say a movie is good these days, it's not the same as when we said a movie was good back in the era that Eisner was at the Disney company.
I remember a time when, like I was in high school and I did a brief stint working at the Disney store at the local mall, and they hated Eisner in that store. Like he was the devil incarnate in a way that I have never heard anyone like in the Disney bubble talk about Bob Iger.
Yes. I think that Iger is a much more political animal, so he's very good at removing himself from criticism by just the day-to-day people. You have to look outside of his comments to realize that Iger is maybe not telling the truth in all instances.
Eisner, I feel like Eisner was more of just like a blunt instrument.
I think so. And we're gonna talk about some of that today. But first, I want to say thank you very much to Ruby Hove gifting that Park Place membership. I don't even know if you're out there, Ruby, but I appreciate that you do this every time we host a live stream. That's really nice of you.
I appreciate it too.
Yep. Let's see. Roy E made a mistake with Save Disney. We're definitely going to talk about that one.
I'm not familiar with Save Disney.
There was a campaign to try to save Disney, and there were some people who tried to take over the company to get it out of the hands of Michael Eisner, which I can understand why they did some of the things that they did, but I don't think they really understood how things would change.
Oh, isn't that what eventually gave it over to Bob Iger?
Yeah. So Roy Disney resigned from the board, and that was supposed to be a protest move. And not having a Disney of that generation still involved with the company, we're kind of still dealing with that today. Now it's they call it the Iger Corporation.
One thing I can't wait to discuss is what happened to the concept of everyone's a VIP at the Disney parks, no matter what they paid.
Ooh, that's a really good one right there. Actually, maybe we should
that Park Place article about this. It's all over that.
Yeah. Should we go to that Park Place first, or should we go straight to tape?
Let's go straight to the tape.
Yeah. Let's do it. Oh, wait, it's in a commercial. So we're going to talk about it for just a minute before we do that. I probably ought to get YouTube Premium just for the fact that it'll keep me out of these awkward moments. But let's say hello to some of the kind folks out in the audience. First of all, good evening or afternoon to Juliet. Good to see you out there. Morgan King Warlord.
Guys, super chat in to buy Jonas YouTube Premium.
Yeah. See, the problem is if I get YouTube Premium, I will then have to sign in my television to YouTube, and I've been trying to avoid. I've been resetting that app every now and then because my kids will search all kinds of things that are children's entertainment, but not quite what I want on the television.
I want to watch Miss Rachel.
No, definitely not Miss Rachel. We actually have a no YouTube without an adult in the room rule in the house, which I think has served us pretty well. Right. Trucking with a tablet. Good to see you there. I hope that you have two hands on the wheel. Magically, MJ's out there. Good to see you, MJ. Caladin or Caladine, not sure which, but good to see you, James Dosher. Who else we got here? Casey McFry or Casey K.C. Fry. Huh. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your name, Casey. Let's see who we got.
Maybe it's here. Casey Fry, but he went Casey, and then it was Casey Fry.
Yep,
and Casey Fry.
And look at that. Hamdinger's here. Just have one thing to say to Hamdinger.
Gina
Carano. That's right.
Comments on all my videos just says Gina Carano. And I'm like, at first it threw me. I was like, did I mention Gina in this video? And then I realized, like, nope, this is just his thing. Okay.
Yep. The FTM. I love Michael Eisner. Still believe he understood the company. He did. He wanted to be a Walt for the company, even though he wasn't exactly a Walt for the company. And we got James Alday. Eisner was also an outsider at the time too. Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Doge Pal. Good to see you there, Doge Pal. There was not a vocal movement against Iger 20 years ago. It's true. Mr. Blue Sky TV. Hello, Jensen chat. Good to see you, Mr. Blue Sky. And Sargon. Roy E. Disney's mistake was to get Michael Eisner removed as CEO of the Walt Disney Company.
Hey, way to go, Roy.
That's a complicated issue, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of that right now. As you can see, there's this playlist over here. I'm actually considering getting a membership to this channel so that I can watch the entire 1.5 hours. There's a part of me that wants me to get the members only content here, and then we just, every frame of pause through this entire thing, just talk about everything that Eisner says here, because that's where I'm at on all of this. Hey, look at this. The Loud House has been canceled. Doge Pal says for $2.
I'm not super familiar with the Loud House.
It's not Louder and Prouder. It's a separate thing.
Okay.
But that's probably good that that got canceled.
Was it a woke show?
Yeah. Terminator also had an animated series on Netflix that they just announced that got canceled.
I had never even heard of that.
It's a good reason for it to get canceled, in my opinion. So
yeah, by the way.
There it is. Thank you very much. Hamdinger. You're a hamdinger.
I concur.
Yep. All right, let's go to this. The man, the myth, the legend, the man who saved Disney, gave us the Disney decade, and the if you could say that Walt was the golden age. By the way, Walt was never CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Then this man gave us the modern age of Disney.
Is the Renaissance his era, or was that
absolutely, okay. Absolutely? That was 100%.
The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin era.
Yep. Starting with Little Mermaid, then Beauty and the Beast, and just that string of Alan Menken, Howard Ashman, Stephen Schwartz, just beautiful work. That everything that they're monetizing right now came from the Eisner era. So, I should probably unmute it here. Y'all out in the audience, let me know if we get an echo on this.
When you became CEO of the Walt Disney Company, stock price was $1.
All right.
Yes, there's an echo.
Okay. So which one do I mute? How about this one?
$1.24.
It's good.
And it was.
We'll pull this back so everybody can enjoy it.
When you became CEO of the Walt Disney Company, stock price was $1.24. And it was $23.80 when you left 21 years later. So you can make the strong argument that outside of Walt himself, no single person had a more consequential impact on the company than you. But how do you look back on those last couple of years, that last period?
Okay, so let's point out that is statement of fact.
100%.
Almost a 20x growth in the size of the company. I'm not doing
that's why people look at Bob Iger and like, well, Bob Iger, the stock hit over $100, and I'm just like, yes, but he was starting from a stronger position. Bob Iger got maybe 5 times growth. This man got 20 times growth.
Yeah, and if you count the acquisition of other companies in there, I'm not sure that he actually can take credit for 5x growth when you add in the $70 billion of Fox that disappeared. That value is not reflected in the balance sheet of the Walt Disney Company. So if you take what the Walt Disney Company should have been at this point, and what Fox should have been, and all the other companies should have been, I'm not sure that we still get that 5x multiplier. Of course, there's probably something to be said for the Capital Cities merger, which does get contemplated in this. So your mic's way too loud. Sorry about that. Can't really do anything about that. So. As much as I dislike Disney Plus, some of these iWorks documentaries are quite good. Waking Sleeping Beauty being one of the best about the Renaissance. Totally agree with you there. 100%. The Leslie iWorks stuff is the best thing on Disney Plus. So they removed the second best thing, which was Prop Cultures. So, oh, not yours. Others, dude. So it's you, Marv. You're the
mine. My mic is too loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the auto adjust on yours, and it'll do what it does. I'm also gonna point out the software that we're using, StreamYard. We can hear each other just fine, and the levels can be just fine, and something else will end up broadcast on YouTube. So He compliments Iger in this interview a lot.
He does.
He does.
Yes. He even says when he talks about like the prices and stuff like that, we're gonna talk about, he's like, but I don't think I could have run it as well as Bob.
Yep. Let's keep going.
Now.
Well, there was change going on. I was stubborn. I did not want to buy Pixar for a price that I thought was crazy. It wasn't as depressing as the media made it. We were still doing very well. We were still a great company. I had decided that we couldn't lose any more money with Roy Disney making movies. So I stopped that.
Okay.
Wow, the contempt. You can hear the contempt in his voice. I decided that we couldn't lose any more money with Roy Disney making movies.
I mean, he has a fair point. There wasn't a lot of stuff that was really hitting at the box office in that era.
Yeah, what movies did Roy Disney make? I'm looking that up real quick.
I would say, and there are things that if anyone remembers them at this point.
Fantasia 2000.
Yeah.
Looks like Treasure Planet was one of his.
Yep.
We couldn't waste more money with Roy Disney making movies.
Right. And a lot of the people who would still.
He made Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue? Okay, never mind. I forgive him.
That's wonderful.
It worked with Barbara Bush, I guess.
Yeah. So a lot of the things from that era, we talk about the 3D animation era of Disney before Tangled and before some of the things that Jeffrey Katzenberg came in. They made more money as things went on, but it was really the Pixar stuff that was saving the company at this point. And Katzenberg's involvement in Toy Story, I think accurately is reflected pretty poorly on Katzenberg at the time. Jeffrey Katzenberg, for those of you who are not aware of this era of Disney, he came in along with Eisner. Eisner brought him in, and he was in charge of quote unquote saving Disney animation. There was so much that was not quite. Let me see if I can bring up a full list, and we can talk about this. If you go to Walt Disney feature animation in that era, let's see, Eisner came in around the late 80s. So we got hits like.
Does that mean Little Mermaid was in production before he showed up?
No, Little Mermaid was under him. I think he came in around 86 or something like that. Little Mermaid, Rescuers Down Under, which is a lot better than people remember it. It actually has a more striking animation style to it. Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, 1984. Yes, he came in 1984.
Oh, then yeah, he's definitely there.
Because Katzenberg was there to mess with the Black Cauldron.
Gotcha.
Which, in the less said about the Black Cauldron, probably the better. They said, we can't change two or three frames of animation. And Jeffrey Katzenberg said, watch me. And he just literally cut that part out of the film instead of changing the animation. So Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, there's this long string of hits going up to.
Was Pocahontas a hit, or did that end the Renaissance? I remember that Pocahontas is the end of the Renaissance. I remember it was the first Disney movie where I was ever like, I don't like this.
Yeah, they were convinced internally. They were convinced that Pocahontas was going to be the big hit and Lion King was going to be the dud.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Hunchback is great, but also did not do that well. Hercules, Mulan, Tarzan, hitting pretty strong at this era.
Mm-hmm.
So you're about
Hunchback of Notre Dame has the best music of any Disney film ever. But I understand it. Like, you couldn't really put Quasimodo in the parks. Like, I know he was like cute, ugly, but he was still ugly.
Yeah. A lot of people have a problem with ugly characters, and Phoebus wasn't exactly designed to sell toys. And then you have the gypsy hooker character, which I'm voiced by Demi Moore, who was just off of Striptease. So I think it was not exactly Disney's most.
Not to mention, like, Frollo is like one of the most heinously evil villains that Disney has ever made, to an uncomfortable point.
Yes. Yes, and he also represents religion in the film, but they do make it pretty clear that he represents false religion in the film. So it's probably Disney doing their most doing work that is the
religion,
most
like
agnostic to the audience.
like
Sorry, go ahead.
the literally like the like Notre Dame itself like turns on him at the end. Like I think that was like Christianity almost like striking back at him because he was using it falsely.
Yeah. Mr. Blue Sky here. Yes, absolutely. Frollo is one of the worst. He's, I mean, truly evil inside
And
and
like
out.
the stuff with him, like with him going after Esmeralda the way he does and his reasoning for doing it, it feels uncomfortable at a lot of points in that movie, I think.
Yeah. I realize, I'm a little loose with the word, but maybe I shouldn't say hooker on that Park Place. I'll work on that here.
You surprised me with that one.
Then we get into Fantasia 2000, which is, I'm going to say something that is usually controversial, better than Fantasia from a just strict entertainment standpoint.
Really?
And if you haven't seen Fantasia and Fantasia 2000, Fantasia is revolutionary, but it is not a very entertaining watch.
Well, what are the two things that everybody always remembers from Fantasia, right? Is The Sorcerer's Apprentice and Night on Bald Mountain. There's a lot of movie in between those things.
Yes. And Sorcerer's Apprentice is also in Fantasia 2000. So you get it both times. There you go. Dinosaur, which rest in peace to Dinosaur. That is no longer represented in the parks. Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Lilo and Stitch.
Emperor's New Groove is a really good movie.
There's some really good bread on that sandwich. Atlantis: The Lost Empire has great animation. They were pushing animation forward, but and then you get into this era where you got Brother Bear, Home on the Range, Chicken Little, Meet the Robinsons, and Bolt.
That is a string of not great.
Yeah, one. I'm gonna see here. I can't bring it up.
I like Bolt. Bolt was good.
Yeah, I'm a little iffy on Bolt. I've been forced to watch that one more than most people.
I think I have a soft spot for Bolt because my parents' dog looked exactly like Bolt, and so they would put Bolt on and he would go nuts. Like he had a little squeaky carrot too, and he would get the squeaky carrot and bring it over to the TV to show Bolt that he had one too.
Yeah. That's amazing and adorable. Yeah. But
so I think maybe I give that movie a lot of grace because of that.
Yeah, I can see that. I also know someone that when I was talking about kids being obsessed with movies, and you can't account for a child's taste, right? And you especially can't account for a dog's taste because that is adorable. But Home on the Range, yikes! Brother Bear, actually, they pushed Home on the Range back and moved Brother Bear forward because they were trying to get more time on Home on the Range. I don't think it fixed Home on the Range. It was at a time when they put an entire animated film behind the celebrity star power of Roseanne Barr. Joaquin Phoenix is the lead.
I mean, she did have a lot of star power, I will say, but maybe not family star power.
Right. Well, yeah, she used to be Roseanne used to be the biggest thing on television. No question there. So it's kind of funny looking back.
Like what year was that though?
That was 2004.
Yeah, Roseanne wasn't the biggest thing on television anymore at that point.
Right. Then Chicken Little. I'm going to say this. I think Chicken Little was actually pretty funny.
Zach Braff, right?
Yes. And Meet the Robinsons, good, not great. If I'm going to rank these three right here, I'm probably going to put Meet the Robinsons and Chicken Little above Bolt. Just my own personal preference here. But I also think this is like Bolt to me is Disney animation trying to do Pixar.
I can see that.
It's very close to a Pixar style, but they don't yet have the Pixar people working here. Yeah. And then you get, of course, Princess and the Frog. This is the era when John Lasseter came in and really started making some moves within the company, and the return to 2D animation is great. It
lasted.
Yeah. So and then we get into this is the era in which John Lasseter had a strong. I mean, look at all of this.
Tangled. Yeah, another really strong list of movies.
Winnie the Pooh. I think that's just an hour long, but it's great. Ralph Breaks the Internet. we start getting into trouble territory up here. Raya and the Last Dragon, Frozen 2, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. These are really waning, and then you get to Encanto, and that's the last great thing that Disney Animation has done. So that's just my own opinion here. But iRate Specialist says for $2, happy Friday to y'all. Hashtag that bro place. Okay. Yeah, bro. Thank you very much, bro. Buddy Hepburn says Treasure Planet and Atlantis, The Lost Empire are underrated. I'm going to have to go back and watch them. I didn't like them as much at the time, but the animation is fantastic.
I feel like people say that they like those movies because they're like not as well known. It's almost like a hipster thing. We're like, well, you don't really know what the best Disney movies are, man. It's like Treasure Planet.
Are you going after Buddy Hepburn here?
No. He's saying they're underrated. He's not saying they're the best thing ever. Saying it's underrated is fine.
Yeah, I'm there with you. Magically, MJ says The Emperor's New Groove is my all-time favorite. It's really, I think it's
the funniest Disney movie of all time.
Yeah, and that's the one that gave us Patrick Warburton as a voice talent. So I always like the way that he just casually goes through everything.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak,
squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaker. Yeah. You owe me.
I heard. I don't remember. It was Atlantis or was it Treasure Planet, where like they had turned it into some kind of gender allegory. Like they were trying like the woke Disney stuff early, and Roy Disney like shut it down.
I think it's Atlantis, and I would be shocked if that ended up in the film in any way.
It didn't. Roy Disney was like, "What are you doing?" No.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. In fairness, Michael J. Fox and Leonard Nimoy were in Atlantis.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah,
I miss I miss Leonard Nimoy.
Yep. It would be interesting. I just saw Coco and I was very impressed. Scott Shermer. That was the last Pixar film with John Lasseter there. I think he was fired while the press tour for Coco was going on. Really great.
Coco, I'll never watch it again.
Okay. You don't want to hear that?
Same reason I'll never watch Up again. Like it's too sad.
Yeah. You don't want to hear that little Mexican lady sing.
No.
Oh, I love it. I tears every time.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to watch it. I don't like that.
Okay.
Probably a bad political decision, but the right decision.
Just to point that out, he's talking about firing or getting Roy Disney out of the company, which he didn't directly get Roy Disney out of the company. Roy Disney left because of him. Probably a bad political decision, but the correct decision.
I tried and succeeded in getting rid of Harvey Weinstein.
Which was unpopular with the board at that time.
No, they went wild about Harvey, and he was losing money. No, that wasn't. The only thing unpopular.
Look at that. He could have given himself a big pat on the back and let the guy go. He corrected him on getting rid of Harvey Weinstein. And said, no, the board wanted him gone too. Like, good for him.
Yeah, no, that shows there's no ego there. But so did he shut down Miramax or?
Yeah, I forget if they sold Miramax or they fired. They didn't, because that's about the time then the Weinstein company ended up going off on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So they do talk about Lord of the Rings because Harvey brought them Lord of the Rings at some point.
Well, Harvey and Steve and Roy.
That's Harvey Weinstein, Steve Jobs, and Roy Disney.
Become adversaries to the CEO. Well, one had the name of Disney. I didn't. One was Steve Jobs, an American, one of a kind. And the other was a despicable man who was loved by the media for a long time because of the movies he made. And I made the judgment call, probably right, but not politically smart, that I was not going to put up with it.
Okay. So take that and compare that to Bob Iger, who has never made a mistake that he has publicly admitted to other than hiring Bob Chapek.
That is incredible that he's humble enough to say, like, yeah, I made mistakes. Like, though he is saying it is the correct decision, just wasn't the right political move. But I think the point he's trying to make here is I wasn't concerned about the politics. I was concerned about what was right.
Yeah. Which is is fantastic that he's willing to. Now, I'm not sure that Disney at this point was fully aware, or in that by extension, Eisner was fully aware of just how bad Harvey Weinstein was. But
no, I think everyone in Hollywood was 100% aware of how bad Harvey Weinstein was.
Yeah. Well, let's continue then.
So that was unpleasant, but I was ready. I'm 21 years at Disney, having every weekend 20 scripts by my bed that I hadn't read, and thousands of emails, and international, building a park in Shanghai, and having just built a park in Hong Kong. And
okay, I'm going to point out there, building a park in Shanghai, Eisner casually throws that in there.
Wait, so Eisner was the one that started the Shanghai stuff?
The first time, the Shanghai thing had to be started twice.
Okay.
So there is a possibility that even the second time was under Iger, and that's that Iger is the one who gets the credit for pushing it across the finish line. So no question there. But yes, Eisner was the one who started the conversations about Shanghai. Eisner made mistakes, no question.
Doing the Animal Kingdom, doing a second park in Paris, I was ready to move here. I was ready to move to the one street in Los Angeles that felt like New York. I was ready to not have 20 unread scripts. I was ready to actually own myself content.
Okay, so this is worth pointing out for people who don't understand the difference between Iger and Eisner here. Iger was a television executive. He worked his way up, and he was a television executive. Eisner, at the time that he was brought over, he was high up at Paramount, might have been the head of Paramount. And so when he was brought in, by the way, he would have been aware of Universal Studios plans in Florida at the time. So when he came in, he was legitimately a film studio executive when he came in, and that informed his strategy at the company. Whereas Iger has just continued to be elevated, and I think there's some confusion on Iger's part about his taste as a movie executive.
Well, one of the things with Eisner is, he loves the parks.
Oh yeah.
Like that was Bob Iger. I don't think Bob Iger has ever had a day of fun in his life.
It's probably true. Not at a theme park.
Yeah, and Michael Eisner just seemed to really love the parks and love the vision of them, and that's why he puts so much thought and effort into them. Bob Iger just sees them as, all right, these are the things that make the money. So, like, I used to do stuff with like a community theater in Jersey, and they would do a children's theater show every year that was so much fun, and it would sell out every single night. But the people that ran the theater hated it. And they always had the mentality of, this is the show that we do to fund the shows that we want to do, the ones that nobody goes to see.
It's disappointing. I hate that for them, that they couldn't enjoy it.
So. That's how Bob Iger sees the parks, though, I think.
I think you're right. Because as I've heard, there was a concerted effort to make sure that he was never photographed wearing mouse ears, which, oof. Not even the golden ones that Eisner had on his head. Snarky D coming in.
Stinking
gifting 5 that Park Place memberships. Thank you very much, Snarky D.
I will say, Jonas, when I started trying to construct a Bob Iger puppet, which I got, I got the skull and everything, I had actually gone to Disney and bought a pair of toddler-sized mouse ears and wrote Bob on them. And he was going to wear them. But I never got around to making that puppet.
It wouldn't be a very fun puppet, honestly.
Well, no, that was going to be the point of it.
Yeah. But I want to say thank you very much to Snarky D for allowing us to say this.
Travis Disney.
Love it. All right, let's see what else we got.
Regardless how talented an executive might be, does it almost not matter who it is at some point when one person's running it for that long? It's time for a change?
I think change is good in management because it also creates opportunity to go in new directions. You can't just stay in the old directions. I'm not wild about the fact that it is so expensive now to go to Disneyland or Walt Disney World. I'm not wild about the fact that it's harder than ever to have everybody be a VIP at a Disney park because they're selling certain things.
Okay.
Bingo.
Exactly. This
Michael Eisner's mentality. And if you read my article, guys, on that Park Place, you'll see where I talk about this at length. Michael Eisner's mentality was everyone's a VIP regardless of what they paid to get in here. We treat everyone like a VIP, and that is gone in the modern Disney parks. There are very much VIPs and Ps.
right. Well, they have traded something that was a universal American experience, and they've turned it into an experience for only the super rich.
Mm-hmm.
And as the distance grows between economic disparity is something that's not really contemplated as much in politics unless things are getting pretty bad. And right now, if you have a class that can go to Disney or is using all of their prosperity to essentially stay in poverty, but also go to the parks because that's almost like it's their therapy. It becomes a little too important for those people. That's a really dangerous situation for Disney to be in. It pushes people out of the idea that, oh, we're going to do this as an entire family. In some ways, it makes it more important because if it does happen, you've moved heaven and earth to get there to do it. Whereas in the Eisner era, you could get an annual pass and go frequently. I mean, I think annual passes were like $250 at the time that my family got them. Unbelievably cheap at that point. And I think that maybe there were blackout dates, but we never really came across them. Like it was like Christmas week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was back then you could not pay more to enhance the Disney experience. Everyone got the same experience. Now you could get a VIP tour or you could do stuff like that, but there was nothing like fast pass, like Lightning Lane Premier Pass where you could just pay a premium to skip away from all the plebeians waiting in line. Everyone had access. Everyone had the same chance to get a fast pass. When the park opened, you ran to the Fast Pass machine and you got your Fast Passes for the day. Or when Fast Pass Plus hit, you could make your reservations X amount of days out, and then you were set for your day. This was ridiculous.
Right.
Like what they have done is ridiculous, turning it into a thing where you can pay like now it's to the point where the base ticket is not enough to have a positive experience. We don't pick you up at the airport anymore. We don't take your bags anymore. You don't have Fast Pass anymore. We don't give you turn down service every day anymore. These are all things that have sapped value out of Disney while also raising the price. But oh, by the way, you could pay us to $200 per trip to take you to and from the airport, or you could pay us to skip all the lines. Like all of a sudden they have made it so that if you are fabulously wealthy, you can pay to play.
Right. And really that takes it from being a universal experience to being a luxury good. And that's really not good for the company itself. Because it takes Disney from something that every child is to it becomes aspirational, which is really dangerous because then if you have the common sense people, they're going to go, okay, well, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to go to a regional park. It's not the difference between getting a watch and getting a nice watch. It's just so out of touch. And I'm also going to point this out because this is something that shocked me, and I know I've said it several times on live streams, but Bob Iger specifically said on the latest earnings call that when he started at the company, the parks represented such a small amount of the percentage of what the company makes, and he quote unquote fixed the parks. And the people who helped him do that were Josh D'Amaro and Bob Chapek. So this is something that Josh D'Amaro has no option but to continue down this path. So this is not something that is ever going to be put back. This is something that is.
I legitimately don't understand the people who are like, let's give Josh D'Amaro a chance, guys. He could do really well. He could be the greatest CEO of all. I'm like, no, we know who this guy is already.
Yeah. I think that he'll be in charge of some things that they may end up being better. The best thing that he can do is slow down the path of the company as far as all of this goes. James Alday, Iger fixed the parks. All right. Yeah. in the same way that Scruffy was fixed.
I was just going to make that joke.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle for $2. Thank you very much. Hail Jonas, Marvin, and chat. Thank you very much, Flying Blind. Ken Reinhardt for $2. Wells's death in Euro Disney killed the Eisner era. It was definitely the end of the. It took the shine off of Eisner for sure. So let's see what else we got here. Hawaii Dragon Star. My apologies. Member for 22 months. Holy moly, Hawaii Dragon Star. Disney old, $1 from 1 million. New, get 1,000 from 10. It's about right.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the, we'll talk about it a little bit if we get to the other video of him talking about the architecture of the Team Disney building, which is now the Michael Eisner building. So
the things that I would do differently, but I don't think I would run it as well as Bob is running it.
An interview.
What a loaded statement. He's doing things I wouldn't do, but he's doing them well.
I honestly think that he knows that if he comes off too anti-Bob Iger in these interviews, he's going to get dragged.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be shocked if him and Bob Iger have some kind of agreement between the two of them to not, bash each other.
Yeah. I will say Iger praised Eisner in his book. So, and then that's 15 years after the fact. So, enough time has passed that he probably could have bashed him and been okay with it. He also bashed Roy Disney, which I think was on a personal level, which is like, oof, why are you doing that, man?
Iger bashed Roy Disney?
Yeah, he kind of implied he was a talentless and trading off of his uncle and his dad's name. Not classy at all.
Which literally came out yesterday, where he said he still thinks about that period and what happened.
This is talking about Michael Ovitz, who was the head of a large agency and became president of the Walt Disney Company for a very brief period of time.
Do you think you and him, or you and Katzenberg, ever reconnect?
Well, you're asking a question that it's a completely different situation. Michael Ovitz was the wrong person for that job from day one. It just was a mistake. He was a great agent. He had aspirations, and it was just an elephant in a china shop from day one. Jeffrey.
So to explain this, Ovitz was a deal maker. And Disney is a very slow company. If they do anything, they do it in the slowest way possible. It was almost, you could call it timeless. But Ovitz was a guy like, yeah, we'll do the thing, and we'll just throw it out there. I have not seen this one, but maybe I'm not gonna throw that on him without.
It was a different situation in that Frank had made a deal that he never told me about. I had made a deal that I thought was, and I was stubborn, and I said, Jeffrey, you have to live with this deal. His conversations with Jeffrey were very different than my conversations with Jeffrey, and I did not quite know that.
Meaning he could have told Jeffrey that the job's his when he leaves.
Never that. It was all about financials. Oh, no, it was never that.
Okay.
And Roy Disney never would have had that. The life of a movie.
Okay, so Jeffrey Katzenberg felt like he was promised the position that Frank Wells had after him. So, and that was a mess.
It was like a decade. So when you made a deal with an executive that got a continuing interest, you ended it at a decade. Well, that all changed with streaming and international and all the rest of it. I thought that was still the deal. And I was advised not to let the lawsuit happen, and it settled, and I was stubborn. And so, but Jeffrey was both Michael Ovitz, excellent executive as an agent, and Jeffrey, excellent corporate executive. So they both served their companies and me great.
Y'all probably aren't here to hear about Katzenberg too much. I don't know. Maybe we should put a poll out there. Do you guys want to hear about Ovitz and Katzenberg and hear us talk about it? But I think that this is one where I'm gonna queue up the next video, but it's probably going to show a commercial first because I'm too cheap to buy.
We haven't gotten enough super chats yet for you to get YouTube Premium. So,
well, there's important things in life like the
M&Ms.
holiday commercials for M&Ms, which are airing in February.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, M&Ms, you got to change your ad ad rollouts right now.
It's hilarious to me. Let's see here. If Katzenberg was promoted, we would not have gotten Shrek. This is true. DreamWorks SKG, Spielberg, Katzenberg, Geffen. All of those three together created DreamWorks, and obviously DreamWorks is now owned by Universal. It's been sold. It doesn't have anything to do with Spielberg anymore. But they created their own competitor, which is why you got Ants coming out right before A Bug's Life. It's why you got Shark Tale coming out pretty close to Finding Dory. This is the direct competition from DreamWorks really was what probably inspired the Pixar situation at Disney. Also, as DreamWorks developed, they did have some 2D animation back in the day, and eventually getting to 3D animation. They were able in a good environment to, without make or break, to develop a studio that is now amazing. Looking at Wild Robot and all that, they've really come a long way. Whereas Disney, maybe not so much. Here's that guy again.
You were critical of Disney's decision to suspend Jimmy Kimmel. What made you decide to come out and kind of vocalize that?
Well, I did it with the advice of my wife, who said, "Don't do it."
That's helpful. That's a good one.
I would prefer he didn't, but
yeah.
I did it with the advice of Matt Traub, who's around here somewhere, who said, "You're playing with fire." The only person that wanted me to do it was Breck, who's around somewhere, and his wife, who really wanted me to do it. I just was finally fed up with universities, law firms. I left law firms that had made deals with the administration. I thought that was bad. I didn't think I had any voice anymore, really, so it didn't matter what I did. And there was a Peter, Paul, and Mary song, "Where Have All the Flowers Gone?" which was an anti-Vietnam song. So I just wrote out, "Where Have All the Leaders Gone?" I liked that, and I just did it on instinct. 3 million people contacted me the next day.
Really?
3 million.
Why?
They just thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Somebody finally stood up, and
There's
all these celebrities. I don't know if I broke the day.
This is overstating it. I think this is an 85-year-old man misunderstanding Twitter.
I think 3 million people probably saw it.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Yeah. This ain't it. But I get it. If you're an old man and you're very politically motivated. By the way, kudos to him for staying out of it this long. If he is the kind of guy who thinks that Jimmy Kimmel is funny, which I think you have to agree with him to find him funny, because otherwise it's not even comedy.
I mean, at the end of the day, Eisner, I think Eisner is very liberal. I think he's probably more in line with Bob Iger politically than anyone would care to admit, but I don't think he ever really let that, dictate how he ran the Walt Disney Company, because he never had the political aspirations that Bob Iger had.
I think you're probably true. I think that's probably true, because after Eisner left, you know what he did? He started another production company. So he never left the industry, whereas Iger will get involved in women's soccer. Okay, great. He's going to get involved in some kind of venture capital for technology. Iger is not going to retire to make more content, unless that content is politically motivated. Whereas, like BoJack Horseman is something that Michael Eisner his production company was the one that did BoJack Horseman. And I think they just sold Bazooka Joe Bubblegum. For some reason, they own Bazooka Joe Bubblegum. So, and then you get things from Iger like this right here. From That Park Place, Disney Plus moves into Sky TV package as part of multi-year deal. Trevor is being kind with this headline. You know what this means right here? Mm-hmm. By the way, Trevor Denning, great job on the article. I don't want anyone to think mistake my meaning here. In the UK, Disney will be giving away Disney Plus to Sky TV customers,
right,
so that they can talk about subscriber growth in the area.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. We just did a article on the Starfleet Academy not ranking on Nielsen. We have it up on That Park Place and geeksandgamers.com right now. And I noticed that in that same week for Nielsen, Disney only had one show on that top 10 streaming, and it was a Hulu show.
Which show was it?
I don't remember which one it was off the top of my head, but
over in the UK, that would be considered a Disney Plus show, because over in the UK, Disney Plus and Hulu are the same service. It's just Disney Plus.
Oh, so they just haven't rolled that out here yet.
Right. So that's what they did over there. And if they ever called it anything, they called it Star or something like that, or Star Plus. Or
the Hulu show is Tell Me Lies.
Tell Me Lies. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I haven't heard of that one. Or if I have heard of it, I never looked into it. So it's been fascinating to watch. Disney Plus and Hulu in the United States. Hulu outclasses Disney Plus as far as average revenue per user every single day of the week. Disney Plus, I don't know if this is because they don't advertise as much on kids shows, or if it's the fact that no one is actually watching anything on their platform. I think it's probably the latter, even though it's a mix of the two. This to me is a funny indication. If you look at the UK and the fact that it's double the content just on Disney Plus, and in the United States it's Disney Plus and Hulu, it's almost as if having the Disney name attached to the service in the UK is what causes it to be half as profitable over there, because they make less money over there off of Disney Plus than they do in the United States.
Right.
Even though there's essentially no content there. They've stopped making content for Disney Plus compared to what it was in the past. I'm trying to think of anything like Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay. Mm-hmm. That is the closest thing to content that they have. And that's going to be in theaters. That's not going to Disney Plus. The lady,
why did the screen just turn green for you too?
It did actually. It completely
starting up Mickey's Mousecapades on Nintendo NES.
Yes, that's it. Hey,
same green. It looks like the mat on Punch Out.
Yeah, put me on the 2 view, because I lost control of StreamYard here.
Okay,
so it's I'm 12 seconds behind on the feed. That's why. So if forgive me, I'm trying to get this all worked out there. Okay, good. I might have to back out and come back in, but so the thing I'll say about this, Jack Schaefer, who was in charge of WandaVision and Agatha all along, Disney Plus just lost her as well. Yes. And now she is going over to Amazon, Amazon MGM Studios. So she can go waste money over there. They've spent $1 billion on 2 seasons of Rings of Power. They've got deep pockets. They're not really worried about profitability on their streaming service.
At the same time, they're also starting to make moves in the right direction, I think, with some things, because you're starting to see that Spider Noir trailer was excellent.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And at the same time, the God of War casting has been spot on. So I'm wondering if maybe the studio is starting to turn it around. I mean, the James Bond stuff I'm hearing is not promising. The Tomb Raider stuff is not promising, but that's, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So that's it's definitely not going to be promising.
Right. Well, they showed the picture of Sophie Turner, at least dressed like Lara Croft, but then showed something else that made her look like she was in a side character in Black Widow. So I don't know. I don't know how that's all going to go. Again, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, famously heavily associated with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which the people who have seen it generally, and the people who haven't seen it have no interest in seeing it at this point. It's been out for years and got beat at the box office by The Sound of Freedom, an Angel Studios production. Good movie, not exactly something you would expect to move tickets in that way. But and then meanwhile, we have Disney failing to make any profit on Disney Plus. This is a let's start out and let's give this away for free so everyone can get familiar with our product kind of situation.
Oh, absolutely. This is more of these Bob Iger magic tricks to try to trick the shareholders into thinking that this is succeeding, when in actuality it's not. If there's one thing that Bob Iger is amazing at, besides spending other people's money, it is taking a horrific situation and passing it off like it is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Well, the merging of Disney Plus and Hulu is going to they're going to spin that as if they're taking this little tiny thing Hulu and they're going to they're just Disney Plus is just going to invite them into their house. But what's really going on is they're taking over grandma's pocketbook and they're stealing all of her credit cards, and then they're going to eventually assume the name. See, they have slid the nameplate off of Disney Plus. They've slid the nameplate off of Hulu, and they're just going to slide that Disney Plus nameplate right there in that Hulu spot and say, "Look what we built."
This streaming service has actually been around for like 15 years at this point.
Yeah, Hulu was the closest thing to a competitor to Netflix until Disney fully got there.
Well, I remember Netflix was the place that you went for stuff that had already come out. Hulu was the place that you went for things that were currently on TV. It was almost like an on-demand service.
Yes,
and it was free at first too.
Yeah, you used to be able to watch The Office on Hulu, and it was a. There might have been. Yeah, there was ads. Now that
there were ads.
Remember,
that's how it was free. And then they launched Hulu Plus, which was, we'll give you even more stuff, but you have to pay for it.
Right. Which it's a funny thing because it was the early stages of all of this. Jason Kilar, who would later go on to I almost said HBO Max, that he would be in charge of HBO Max. He was the one who ended up doing that. Well, we'll release movies on HBO Max, which was ultimately the worst thing that HBO and Warner Brothers could have done. But he was the one in charge of Hulu in those early days. It was really, really a great service. And now, well, I hope they can hold on to things for long enough for this to be profitable. Hopefully Dana Walden does a good job there. But from our perspective, it's a really transparent move. It reads very much as Disney is giving it away for free because they can't give it away literally for free. If they tried to get these people to sign up, it wouldn't work. But now they're giving it away with Sky TV. So, hey, Marv, do we have an article on that Park Place talking about Lightning Lane and the ridiculous thing that's happened this last week?
We do not at the moment.
Oh, well.
But we will eventually.
I really want to talk about this because it goes into the conversation about Eisner.
Whoa,
but before we get there,
hit the break.
Yep. Snarky D for $100, dude.
$100.
Here's to Eisner's being more authentic, and for Jonas's upgrade to upgrade YouTube, getting rid of the ads. Premium Light is effective for less. TGIF
indeed, my friend. Thank you very much.
That is amazing. Thank you very much, Snarky. And since we're talking about shape language, I want to make sure that while AI can speak in binary, we speak in a different language here.
And so what we've tried to do is really bring that shape language from the architecture. But like what we love to talk about at WDI is shape language. And we often refer to shape language. There's such iconic shape language in spaceship Profitability Attraction. We really wanted to make sure that we fused to that throughout the space.
We love to talk about shape language. Love it. Oop, Jonas, are you still there? Jonas is apparently frozen, guys. I don't know what's happening, so I will have to take. You know what? While Jonas works that out, Snarky, you have earned yourself another clip, my friend, and it's a long one, and it's my favorite one.
I thought that chicken tacos are better than the rest.
Are you ready for perfect, authentic Mexican cooking just like your mama used to make? Come on down to Mexican Ironman's Rabbit Chicken Tacos and Lawn Care Services, where not only do you get the freshest in Mexican cuisine, but you also get a fresh cut lawn. And don't forget to check out our second location, wherever the police have not yet run the van away from.
Mexican Iron Man, rabbit chicken tacos, lawn care services.
And if you think the cilantro tastes very fresh, it's no accidente, amigo.
There you go. I figured I would stall for you for time. Are you back?
I am back. I think I'm back.
Yes, you are back.
Yeah.
I was like, what can stall for time? Oh, Mexican Iron Man, and I get to hear the song. So
Yeah. And as far as YouTube Premium goes, yeah, I know I should get it, but
You didn't.
Well,
Well, of all the cheap, lousy ways to save a buck.
there you go. Thank you very much, Snarky. Appreciate you. Liquid Fox says for $2 Canadian, dong, 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 dong.
yeah, last night on M4cast, I pointed out how when people send in Vietnamese dong, you're very uncomfortable with the word.
Well, I'm just doing a bit. I just said it
Yeah.
5 times. 5.
You
Yeah,
did. You did. I said how I said that at home. Your doorbell goes ding 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 ding. There's no dong here.
And then Liquid Fox gifted 5 That Park Place memberships.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liquid Fox. Hey, and as far as me reading the super chats,
I don't think that's fair. I tried the best I can.
thank you very much. And man, Snarky, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, I'll get YouTube Premium, but probably not on stream because I don't want to give my credit card away. All right, let's talk about this. Magic Kingdom Lightning Lane Premier Pass has sold out for an entire week. This from WDWNT.
The worst thing that could possibly happen, by the way.
It is the worst thing that could possibly happen. Let's go through this in phases. And this is true looking at the information available online, and good job to WDWNT for covering this for 7 days. I think actually starting yesterday as of the recording of this. Lightning Lane Premier Pass, which is the premium product. Hey, Marv, how much does it cost?
A lot of money.
A lot of money, like
$400 plus, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm looking because we actually do have an article on that's ready to go for That Park Place, written by Cham Lee. I just have not edited it and posted it yet.
Okay.
I just checked in the back end and I saw
it is $400, which right now a ticket to Magic Kingdom that can be $200. So if you go on the most expensive day, that's $200 for admission, and
it's more than $200 on the most expensive day, isn't it?
I think Magic Kingdom was the second one to get there, because Disneyland, it was $200 last year. Is it above $200? So we're talking like $650.
Yeah.
In order to have a day at the Walt Disney World Resort down there in Orlando, Florida. Why is this the worst thing that could happen if you're a fan of the Disney company?
Because now they're going to do more of it, because you've proven that people are willing to get it.
Yes. So everything that we have said that they're doing wrong and that they shouldn't do because it's ruining the parks, this is the endorsement to say, no, keep doing what you're doing, because the actual audience for what Josh D'Amaro is doing is Wall Street. What Bob Iger is doing is he's trying to please Wall Street. He's not actually worried about these parks long term. He's worried about making sure those quarterly profits are up. But let's go for the evidence here. Lightning Lane Premier Pass starting on the 12th. By the way, there it is. It was down $379 on that Wednesday, the 11th. Look at
wow, what a bargain!
What a bargain! By the way, it's like $130 maybe at Animal Kingdom because they don't have any rides. Right there, going all the way to the 18th. I don't know if it's extended out from here. But as you can see, 420, 430, and that's not including tax here. What this does is it doesn't give you unlimited lightning lane for the day. It gives you one lightning lane per ride that you can just go to. You don't have to reserve it, but you can only use it one time per day on each attraction. So if you want to go on Tron over and over and over again, sorry, you can only do that one time. You're going to have to go over to the alien swirling saucers over there and use your lightning lane there instead of using it at Slinky Dog Dash twice. So I don't know. I don't know the financial situation of someone who says, I'm going to spend $650 per day per person going to these parks. That's easily dropping, $1,200 to $1,300 so that they can have just two people going into these parks. I have to think these are people without kids. Either that or it's like oil magnates coming over from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, exactly.
So these are the new customers of the Walt Disney Company right here. So when Michael Eisner makes his statement to say, I'm not crazy about what's going on at the parks. Yeah, here you go. Epcot, it's down to 220 there. Epcot seems like it's a good day to go. If Lightning Lane Premier Pass has not sold out, maybe that's actually a good day to go.
And you know what, Michael Eisner, under his regime, that is when Fast Pass as a free service was rolled out. That is when, I believe it's also when Magical Express was rolled out as a free service, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. All of those things that we talked about on the last episode, where we went through all of the things that Iger has changed and gotten rid of or brought in that are horrible. That was one of the best ones. Magical Express, them picking up your bags at the airport and taking them all the way to your room magically. That is, or Magic Band. Actually, I think Magic Band was under Iger. It's their fault for having similar sounding names.
It was. Man, Magic Band was an Iger thing, and not for nothing. Magic Bands were cool. I liked Magic Bands.
Oh yeah. When they started to monetize the individual ones, to say, oh, we're going to do the big ones and we're going to use them. They're $40 a pop so that we can make sure that you can show your style here. That was when that was the death of the free Magic Band.
Yeah.
If they knew that they could charge you for each one of them, everybody say, oh, I've got to have one.
I used to know people who would take their Magic Bands from all of their trips and make like a garland for their Christmas tree.
Oh,
like let's link them all together and like put them around the Christmas tree.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. We used to buy Disney ornaments every single year, and we are not that family anymore. So looking this, it's the end of the parks for so many people. I don't know what they're going to be turbocharging specifically over the next little while. I know that they've said they're going to be putting in Cars Mountain and Villains Mountain and in Tropical America's Land, but man, I do not think that's going to be worth $650 a day.
Yeah, I don't either. Definitely not.
Yeah. All right, we've had an invader in the chat. WDW Pro member for 9. Psst. I don't know how to say that quietly on a stream. Jonas, I'm working on your song today. I have a song. It's in my heart.
Yeah, that was Jonas back.
That's a good. No, I meant a song that I like the song. A Life
End.
That is a good song.
It does go on and on, my friend.
Yes. And be careful. Don't start singing it. Or
some people did, not knowing what it was, and they're going to continue singing it forever.
And they will die singing it, much like the enchanted tap dancing shoes that make you dance until you die. Yep. Sherry, she got us all. Dan's Life at the Kingdom for $2, $200 plus $400 per person, 15 attractions for $40 a piece.
Oh, $40 to ride like Dumbo.
I would rather, and especially if you've got multiple people going on the ride. I mean, really, they're not making a great case for going to the parks versus just buying a video game.
Seriously. My like threshold here is like anywhere between $300 and $500, because $300 was the Nintendo Switch, $500 is the Nintendo Switch 2. Because I'm like, well, if something costs more than the Nintendo Switch, that it has to be able to bring me more joy than the Nintendo Switch does. And
That's
very few things in this world, Jonas, bring me as much joy as Nintendo.
That's a very good point, and I'd argue that a Nintendo Switch 2 barely is more fun than a Nintendo Switch.
Like, just off topic for 1 second, Nintendo Switch 2 has become my go-to console, like has eclipsed my PlayStation 5 at this point.
Really?
Yep.
What are you playing?
Well, I'm playing right now over on M4 Empire Gaming. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate on the Switch 2. And they're coming out with like all of like the big like games are all coming out on Switch 2 now as well. Because the Switch 2 can basically, handle them the way the Switch never could. So yeah, I've been gaming on the Switch pretty consistently.
Well, they're an amazing company. When it comes to them, it's usually the software that sells it more than the hardware. Although the hardware is pretty cool. WDW Pro gifted 5 That Park Place memberships. Thanks, boss.
Thank you.
And then Go and Shogi, member for 21 months. Just wait until fireworks are exclusively for extra paid events. The plebs get protection slop, and they will like it. Hope you're in the front 3 rows.
You know what? He's probably not wrong. Like,
Well,
I could 100% see fireworks becoming an after-hours event only.
If they didn't have so much monetization tied up in doing it during the normal day, I'll tell you the worst I've ever felt at a Disney park, other than the time that I was like sick as a kid when my whole family did the candlelight processional. The worst that I felt in a park is where I finally found a fireworks spot, and then I realized I had somehow wandered into an area that was VIP access only. And the cast member was like checking wristbands.
Oh no.
It's like, oh man, I do not want to feel like this at a Disney park. The reason that I wandered into that area is because it was the main thoroughfare in Hollywood Studios. It was a perfectly normal spot that someone would want to watch fireworks above the grown man's Chinese theater there.
Right.
To me,
you're probably in the area for the Star Wars dessert party, because the one time I did the Star Wars dessert party, that was like the special area. It was like right in front of the Chinese theater.
Yeah, and that Star Wars show was
phenomenal.
Awesome.
I can't believe they don't do it anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
The end when the lightsaber comes out of the top, like, why did you stop doing this?
Because they had to put Galaxy's Edge back there.
People liked it, Jonas, so it had to go.
Exactly. Let's see here. Hope that updated NES has all the Mario Brothers games, especially Mario Brothers 3.
Well, I mean, I have the online thing, so yeah, it does.
A lot of our chat would like to talk about Nintendo Switch at this point.
Switch 2 is basically a premium Switch 1. Yeah.
Wait, not Escape to Witch Mountain. That is a Disney movie. The Steam Deck is best.
Lauren swears by the Steam Deck. He really likes it.
Well, yeah, he does need to watch his language, but I get that he enjoys it. Oh, you know who's a big fan of Tropical America's Land, or at least one form of it? Let's talk about Joe Rodie here for a second.
Oh boy.
Yeah. By the way, here's my trick. If you ever want to know how to say Joe Rodie, it's not Joe Rodie. It's definitely Joe Rodie. So, Joe Rodie tried to get Tropical Americas in Animal Kingdom for 15 years, including gutting Dino Land USA. But there's a twist here that a lot of people are running with a different headline than we would at that park place. Looking at this quote on
this is another one that we have in the work. Chamley is working on this one as well.
Okay. In a new post on social media, legendary former Imagineer and Disney legend Joe Rodie revealed that he tried unsuccessfully to get a Tropical America's Land added to Animal Kingdom for 15 years. Rodie said that his attempts went right up until the day he retired as an Imagineer. Rodie even revealed that many such design attempts involved gutting Dino Land. I don't think he was a fan of Dino Land. It was not the most heavily themed area in any Disney theme park. Yeah. Rodie also gave high praise to the current Imagineering team for their ability to get it. Okay. So we're going to go to the quote. For all my posting about the late great Dino Land, I do want to make something clear. Up until the day of my retirement, my team and I tried for 15 years to get a Tropical America Land into this park, and many such design attempts involved gutting Dino Land to do it. So I guess he might be responding to those who may be vocal about getting
they're upset about it.
You know, I was never really a fan of it. I get the McDonald's interaction, the sponsorship, like that's great. It kind of reminded me of the time that McDonald's was promoting the Flintstones movie with John Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the
Oh,
best.
I loved when they did that. Didn't they have like something really? They had like really cool, like there was something really cool there.
Yeah, they had well, the Boneyard had the McDonald's logo on it, and of course, there's the ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard in the pipes.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about the Flintstones movie, that was when McDonald's was selling glass mugs.
Yes, the glass mugs. I had them.
Yes. I love that era.
Mr. McDonald's did things like that.
Yep. This particular version continues certain of those motivations, but postdates my career, and I've only been able to see it as a consultant now and again. But I congratulate the team on finally being able to lock a deal, which I was not. The underlying business has changed in all those years. So this version is a response to those new realities, just as the previous versions were responding to theirs. That's a really euphemistic way of saying I would have done it differently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, at the end of seriously. At the end of the day, though, like I don't think anyone is that like I don't know if anyone's really that broken up about Dinoland going away. It was always kind of meh, in my opinion. Like, well, Dinosaur, yes, I could see that. But like Chester and Hester's Dinorama, who really was like, oh, can't wait to go there and pay to play carnival games.
Yeah. Yeah. I
go on that unpleasant whirly-durly ride.
Oh, the Primeval Whirl? I never went on it. It did not interest me
once, and I was like, that's enough of that.
Yeah. If I look at the ride and say, nah, even as a kid, I was a kid when Animal Kingdom opened, and I never had any desire to go on Primeval Whirl. So it is not my place. This is Joe Rodie talking. It's not my place to steal the thunder from the team by leaking, hinting, or otherwise giving away what that design is. It is theirs to reveal as they choose. So I think what he's trying to say is he's not going to say anything about what's going in here, and he's also not going to reveal what his ideas for the land.
His idea was probably better, and he probably got nixed because it was too expensive. People might have liked it, so it had to go. I believe. Right. So I see Chamley has turned in this article. It's in the back end right now on thatparkplace.com, and our headline will be Legendary Imagineer refuses to share his shelved plans for tropical Americas at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. This is and I think it's a wise thing for him to do, or sorry, it is a noble thing for him to keep those plans to himself, because they would be better than whatever the Disney company is doing now. I do think we've seen a lot of the plans for what's going on internally. I think those have eventually come out. The Indiana Jones ride, if this is public or not, it's probably going to be a snake god in the Mayan temple. So
snakes.
Yeah, exactly. Because at this point they need to go for the meme stuff. And my goodness, please do not get rid of the Indiana Jones stunt show just because you have Indiana Jones at another park. Disney, that is one of the best things that's at Hollywood.
Well, not when it almost kills the audience.
Well, yes.
How it breaks the neck of a cast member because they're not running it correctly.
Right. Obviously, make it safe, but please don't get rid of it. One mistake that, well, maybe more than one mistake, but it's a stunt show that's been there since the 90s. And it's the closest thing to an original attraction that Hollywood Studios has at this point. But let's see.
I'm trying to think if there are any like did Star Tours open with the park?
I think it. No, I don't think it did.
Hold on.
Wait.
Disney's MGM Studios
opening
day attractions.
Yeah. But as you look that up, continue with the quote. But I can vouch for the team itself, some of whom I have known for decades as veterans of Disney's Animal Kingdom, and others whom I've come to know more recently. Ooh. They are excellent. The level of research involved is excellent. The sophistication of the detail is excellent. Their commitment to the vision of the park is unwavering. And just as it always is, the work is hard. The path to excellence is neither smooth nor straight nor level, but these Imagineers are devoted to the task. Parks exist to create memories. Dinoland created memories. Those memories still exist, and they are the true product, not the property itself. The new land will create more memories. So this is more about Dinoland USA than it is about Tropical America's Land. What you got? Was Star Tours there on opening day?
It was not. It was the Great Movie Ride, Superstar Television, the Monster Sound Show, the Magic of Disney Animation, and the Backstage Studio Tour. Those were the attractions on opening day, none of which still exist today.
Yep. And
That's fascinating. They've gotten rid of all opening day attractions. Hold on. I'm going to look up Epcot's opening day attractions because I want to see if they have any that are left.
Yeah. This is the thing. These parks do change over time, but at the same time, this is a company that used to trade on legacy, and now they're like, we'd rather ignore that. So, you got it?
I believe so. Yeah, hold on. I'm just scrolling to it. Epcot on opening day. Okay, the Living Seas were not open yet because that didn't open until 1986. Maelstrom debuted in 1988. And that's all. Those are all gone anyway. List of available attractions on October 1982. The American Adventure Show. Okay, that one's still there. The Astur Computer Review. That's gone. Bird and the Robot Show. El Rio del Tiempo, which is now Three Caballeros, so that's gone.
Right.
The Energy Creation Story. Energy You Make the World Go Round. FutureCon. All of these, no. Epcot Workstation Film, which was an actual film, but it's gone. ImageWorks, gone. Impressions de France, still there. Kitchen Cabaret, gone. Listen to the Land, gone. Now it's just, living with the land. Magic Journey's gone. Mirrored Theater, gone. Oh, Canada, still there, but different. So I'm going to say no. Spaceship Earth, still there. Symbiosis, gone. Universe of Energy, gone. The Water Engine, gone. Wonders of China, again, still there, but different. So I'm also going to say no. Probably Impressions de France is probably different too. So Epcot only has like 2 opening day attractions now.
Yep. Spaceship Earth, and it is in poor shape.
Yes.
So
Spaceship Earth and what was the other one I said? Maybe I might have been counting Impressions de France there.
Yeah. And the Living Seas, whatever we're calling that now, it's a very different attraction than it was.
It's
when that opened. Different. Yeah. So here you go. David Throgmorton. David T. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Good videos of all the rides can be found online. Way cheaper, no heat, no cold, and no getting drive-by gases in lines. Get to see the fun without the downsides. No pun intended. Watch your downsides, folks.
Is this guy riding rides with culture?
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up just the tiniest bit early today. Thank you all for being here with us, going through. I'm when Eisner talks at this point, I really pay attention to what he said because he'll usually throw something in there that has not yet been examined by the entire apparatus out there. So, Marvin, you got anything going on over the next few days that you would like to tell the audience about?
We've got a Starfleet Academy video dropping within the next hour, I would say. But other than that, over the weekend, we will probably be going live on M4 Empire Gaming, which is our gaming channel. So please subscribe over there and click the bell so that you know when we're going live. We're currently playing a few different games. We're playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrated on the Nintendo Switch 2, and we're also playing Resident Evil 2 for the first time ever. So yeah, go check them out. M4 Empire and M4 Empire Gaming.
Awesome. Everybody do it. And for the rest of you, if you're not doing that, subscribe to That Park Place for all the news that should be